Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a first impression review on a new foundation I just recently bought. It is the EX1 Invisiwear Liquid Foundation. I have heard lots of good stuff about this. The reason why I look like I just rolled out of bed is because I practically just did, because I have loads of videos to film today and I wanted to put this on so I could wear it for at least 6 hours. This foundation was basically created for people with olive skin tone, so people with more of a yellow undertone. Me, myself, I have a very yellow undertone. At the moment I am a little bit tan, so I'm hoping this colour will match me. I bought the colour F300. I was going to buy a lighter colour and a darker colour, but I wanted to buy it to make sure I liked it first. What I really like about this foundation is the price. It's only £12.50 in the UK. It does say on the back that it's oil free, non-pore clogging, and it has true colour pigments to even out skin tone and correct imperfections for a perfect coverage that is almost invisible. So I'm guessing I don't even know really what kind of coverage this is going to be. It doesn't really say much about it online. It's just called Invisiwear, so I'm guessing it's meant to look like natural skin, which I am all for. I like my skin to look as natural as possible. As long as my little red scars and a couple of blemishes are covered, I'm all good. Okay, so I'm going to jump straight into the application. For my face, I feel like my face is a little bit dry, so I'm going to be using a hydrating primer. This is the MAC Natural Radiance Primer. This doesn't affect the wear of my foundation ever, so this just absorbs straight into the skin. It's just kind of almost like a serum that kind of primes your face as well, so this won't really affect anything, but I really want to use this one because my face does feel quite dry. I want to apply this with a beauty blender because I just feel like it will give me a nice even coverage and it will kind of do the work for me. As far as the consistency goes, it does have quite a thick texture. It almost feels like one of those kind of whipped textures. I'm just going to apply a small amount of this. As far as the colour goes, it really is a yellow tone, which is fantastic. I honestly needed a yellow tone foundation. I do have some that work, but I just feel like I didn't really have any that I really loved. So I'm just going to go straight into my beauty blender and just blend everything in. Okay, so I definitely feel like it's on the lighter side of coverage. Like, I do feel like it covers well, but I definitely feel like, you know, a lot of my redness is showing through. Like 2 layers I think will be great. It's really nice. I feel like the finish kind of just seeps into the skin in a good way, where I feel like it does look like skin. Although I do feel like I need some extra coverage, so I'm just going to apply a little bit more onto the center part of my face just to cover up all of this redness, because that does usually show through for me, unfortunately. So I'm just going to apply that on top. So I don't know if you guys can see this, but even with the second layer, I do feel like there's a lot of my blemishes that is still popping through that usually are not hard to cover, to be honest. I don't really have an issue with covering these. These just usually cover up with foundation. So this definitely isn't a full coverage foundation. Even buildable wise, I don't feel like the coverage builds up too well. Because I'm going to be wearing a full face of makeup afterwards, I really want it all to be covered. So I really do hope a third layer will cover it. I really do feel like a third layer is a bit excessive. But if this isn't a full coverage foundation, then fair enough. It is described to be more of a invisible type of foundation, so that's totally fine. I feel like a third layer did cover up the majority of the redness, but I do still feel like you can still see my skin coming through. It's definitely not a full coverage foundation. It doesn't have the best customizable coverage. It does really feel like it feels like skin, which is amazing. That's exactly what you want in a foundation for every day. It did dry to a semi-matte finish, I'd say. So let's see how it lasts throughout the day. At the moment it is 10:30 in the morning. I'm gonna come back hopefully after I've finished all my tutorials. That will hopefully be in about 3 hours, and we can just chat and see how it's gone after 3 hours. I will have a full face of makeup on after that, so you can see how it looks with a full face too. And also we can just discuss how it kind of applied with the rest of the makeup too. Let's see how it goes roughly after 3 hours, and we will discuss later then. Hey guys, I'm back after applying the rest of my makeup, and it has actually been 3 hours since I last saw you guys, since I initially applied my makeup. I'll be honest, like, it's taken a while for me to actually love this foundation, but now that it's on and I've taken a few photos with this foundation, I actually love it. I think this has smoothed onto my skin amazingly. If you guys have been following me for a little while, you know I have a little bit of trouble with getting my skin to look smooth, and especially on the camera I'm filming on, it picks up every little detail, like details that you cannot even see in real life. So honestly, I can see on the camera already that my skin is looking really smooth. When I done my makeup, I applied my concealer as I usually do. I applied it under my eyes, forehead, nose and chin, and I set only those areas with the powder, and I felt like it smoothed over once I set it. I definitely feel like setting your face with a light veil of powder will definitely help to smooth everything out, because until I did that, I didn't like it. But now that I've set everything and I've bronzed and everything like that, I feel like it's set into my skin beautifully. I'm just kind of looking at my skin, and especially after taking photos of the makeup I'd done today, I was kind of like, I think this is the smoothest my skin has ever looked. Not being able to feel it on your skin and it feeling really nice and light is a really good thing in my opinion, but it does really look natural, and I feel like it smooths beautifully when set with powder. The powder I used was the Soap and Glory Instant Retouch powder, which you guys know that I love, and now that it's in place, I honestly feel like it hasn't really moved since I applied it. It feels like the longevity of it is really good because it does dry to a semi-matte finish, but I don't know what it was about it, it just felt like it needed setting, so I do feel like I'm really liking it now. I wouldn't say this has the best coverage, I'd say that this has probably a medium coverage, and then when I applied my concealer, I felt like that's when I got the coverage that I desired, which is like a medium to full coverage. Like, it's a generous amount. 30 mils is a normal amount that you'd get in a high-end bottle, and $12.50 is a really great price. I do want to wear this for at least another 2 hours just to see how it lasts from now as well. Like I said, it photographed beautifully. I'll insert a picture now just so that you guys can see an unedited photo I took with my Sony Alpha 5 100 camera. Just really happy with it. I just feel like this can definitely be a foundation that I am going to go back to. I love how weightless it feels, and because it is described as to be like skin and it's Invisiwear, I think the fact that it doesn't really have a buildable coverage isn't the worst thing in the world, because it's not really described to have an amazing coverage. So I'm going to see how this lasts over the next few hours, and I will update you and tell you guys how I am feeling about it. Okay guys, so I am back. It has been another 2 hours. It is now 3 o'clock in the afternoon. This is my final check-in for today, just to give you my final kind of opinion of how I feel. Overall, I feel like the longevity of this foundation is really, really good. I feel like if you have oily troubles, just set your makeup a little bit more, but I do feel like I haven't had any problems with my oil coming through. I can see on my nose and my T-zone area it's getting a little bit shiny. At the moment it looks really nice and healthy. Like I said previously, I feel like this is the smoothest my skin has looked in a while. I'm just genuinely so excited to try this foundation, especially in my normal colour as well. I'm gonna buy that. I really like it, highly recommend it. I'd probably give it like an 8 out of 10 because, I don't know, I feel like until you really try a foundation you can't really give it a proper review. But my first impression of this is that I really like it, and I'm definitely going to be using this a lot more. And I think this was a great first impressions because a lot of you guys wanted me to review this foundation. So if you're thinking of getting it, I definitely say it's a great foundation. But remember, just because something works for me doesn't necessarily mean it will work for you, and just because I don't like something doesn't mean you won't love it. So it's always good to keep in mind that we are different people too. But if you are thinking of getting it and you have a similar skin type to me, then go for it. I personally feel like this would work on quite a few skin types. I definitely think that it is worth the money. It's definitely worth a try. £12.50 is not a lot for a foundation, and I definitely feel like it has a high-end quality to it. I feel like this is one of the best olive toned foundations I've ever found, which is good. So guys, I hope that you found this first impression review helpful. Let me know down in the comments your experiences with this foundation. If you've had bad experiences or good experiences, let me know, because it's always good to hear different people's opinions, and I'd love if you guys could share your opinions with each other down below, because my experience was pretty good. Let me know what yours was down below. Don't forget to follow me on all social media. I am on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram and Snapchat, all under Makeup by Leyla. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed, and subscribe to my YouTube channel because I put up 3 videos a week. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will talk to you all in my next one. Bye guys! Mwah.